Well, welcome back to the channel, everybody. I am currently headed to Corry's house to go for a ride with Corry and Shawn. I am late right now, which is not normal for me. You're asking why? Why, Rama? Why are you late? Well, that's because the Kaly wouldn't turn on. I have no idea why. I messed with it for about 10 minutes and then decided just to give up on it for now and take the Onsra out. So I am on the Onsra Black Carb 2 with only about half a charge because I just leave the boards not charged until I'm going to ride them. So of course last night I charged the Kaly up, but it didn't want to turn on. So I'm going to go meet up with the other guys and then we'll get started on this ride. So I met up with the guy. We decided to try to put cloud wheel on the Black Carb 3 and it turns out they're not going to fit. Why are they not going to fit? Only because the bearing inside the wheels for the cloud wheel, the normal standardized skateboard bearings, and the bearings on the Black Carb 3, or the trucks I should say, they're just bigger. So I'll explain it more in a second. Alright, so it looks like on the Black Carb 3, what they ultimately did was, I don't know if you messed with them, but on almost all the other boards, the trucks actually have a step up. So the wheel bearing are a little bit smaller inside diameter than the pulley bearings, and on the Black Carb 3 it looks like they just designed the trucks to be the same size of the pulley bearings. So I don't know how we're going to try to get cloud wheel for it, or get cloud wheels on it. Don't know how or if it's possible, but we'll keep working on that. In the meantime, like I said, I'm down like 2 bars on the board because it didn't charge us when I wasn't planning on riding the Black Carb 2, but here we are. We're going to go down, and they did some construction down here, so I want to go down and see what they did and if there's a new trail or anything resembling a trail, and then we're gonna get started on our ride. So here we go. So we're just cruising along. The trail that I hoped was built isn't. So they built a really nice trail leading into a really nice trail, but there's about a mile in between that you can't go from one trail to another. So we're back on just the normal stuff, but it's a beautiful day and we got concrete trails, so I'm not complaining about nothing today. Although I do kind of want to cry a little bit over the Kaly. I have no idea how I'm going to fix that. That sucks. I don't know. I like that board. It was my longest distance board. Maybe the new Onsra isn't looking too bad right now. At least with Onsra you have support to reach out to. I've heard that Ernesto from Kaly, he kind of went under. He's not answering anything. You can't really get any parts from him. So I don't know what I'm going to do with the Kaly. Try to figure something out. But in the meantime, I'm back on the Black Carb 2. Old Faithful, you know. Well, I guess Old Faithful Black Carb 1, but geez, I've loved the boards, the Onsras, every time that I've gotten one. The 3 really isn't for me, only the trucks, but Corry absolutely loving it. And Fabian actually reached out directly saying that there's a couple things that we can do, and then he put out a video where he was turning on that sucker like, he was turning it like I am on the Black Carb 3, or Black Carb 2. So it'll be interesting to see once he comes out with a video or gives me more info if we can set those trucks up to where they carve more. But only time will tell. So I talked to Corry a little bit about the Black Carb 3, and you know, since he started riding it, he's probably been on it just for a little bit, you know, half an hour or whatever, almost every day. And he said that he's actually getting really used to it and liking it a bunch. So at the end of this ride, we'll get Corry's thoughts on it and how it's been treating him over the last 2 weeks. But for right now, just gonna enjoy a little bit of the ride. This is the cool part. We're so blessed and lucky to have a trail like this. I mean, they go all through the city. We can ride, you know, I have more trail distance than I have battery in boards. So I just need I need a board that can do like 60 miles. That's what I need in my life. It looked like I had seen a picture. I'm not sure, but I had seen a picture and it kind of looked like the new Onsra. I forget what it's called, but the new one that kind of looks like the mountain boards. That it can take cloud wheels, and if it has a ridiculous battery, kind of like the Kaly did, and it can take cloud wheels, that thing's going to be a distance monster. And now that the Kaly kind of dead in the water for right now, that board is seeming really appealing to me, because it would be my goal to be able to ride from my house all the way down to Garden of the Gods and all the way back without having any battery anxiety or distance anxiety, which is kind of what I'm dealing with right now. My fault, not the boards. It was my fault, but I have 3 bar left, and going back is all uphill. So, got that distance anxiety going on. We'll see how far I make it. Luckily, I'm with 2 other riders, so if my board dies, they'll just carry on and go get a vehicle and come back for me. So, all right, well, let's keep going. So, same thing like the last trip. I find myself keeping up with Corry on the Black Car 3. He's just cruising along, 17 miles an hour. But you're definitely gaining confidence on it. Carving it better. Such a beautiful day today. Yeah, Black Car 3 is doing well. That thing's gonna be a beast. I'll tell you what, it's gonna be a beast with cloud wheels on it, just for range. Rubber wheel grip really well, and they look really cool and stuff. They just kill the range, and what we're trying to do on these boards, we're not just going 10 miles, you know, we're trying to do some distance. So we'll see if there's anything out there, if we can find some bearing that will work. Fit them cloud wheels on it. So far we are 7.8 miles according to the board, and I just lost my 3rd, so I'm down to 2 bars. Little bunny rabbit. Yep, down to 2 bars. So if I went directly home, I think I'd make it. I might risk it. It's too nice of a morning to go for a short ride. Yep, I'm risking it. It's too nice of a day to go back now. So we're gonna keep going. I'm guessing from here I can make it back to the house on this board with 1 bar left. Hopefully. Just too nice of a ride, too nice of a trail to go home right now. Well, up that last hill, remote vibrated, said board voltage 25%. So I might be walking this trip. We shall see. Alright, so I'm dumb and decided to risk it. Now the board's yelling at me that it's at 25%. I keep dropping down to the last bar. It'll be interesting. A lot of this is downhill, so, and I know they regen. I just don't really think they regen that much. So hopefully I can regen a little bit and get just enough juice to get home. Corry and Shawn are dusting me their way up there, rightfully so. I'm really trying to conserve, so I'm going like 5-10 mile an hour up hills, like that hill coming up. Just trying to nurse it. We had so much rain. This trail has been clear for us, but with all the rain, it just washed everything out. That's why one of the reasons why I haven't created a lot of video this spring, when it was raining every day. And I don't want to take them out. I know that they say that they're waterproof and stuff. Wood and water normally don't mix anyway, and I just don't want to risk it. I like these boards. I don't want to go out when everything's flooded and wet. Alright, the black car 2 is mad, but it's still moving. So it keeps yelling at me 25% board, and I keep dropping down to 1 bar. But what sucks, it's almost all uphill back. So I'm really putting it to the test with the low voltage, and at this point I'm not trying to get performance out of it, I'm just trying to get it back home without walking. Yeah, stay tuned. Next update will probably just be at the end of the ride. I'll update you on mileage and stuff, update you on all the boards, where they sit for battery percentage, and then we'll talk to Corey about the Black Carb 3. Just kidding. So, another update. It yelled at me. It said it only had 10% left finally. I know it doesn't look it on camera, but that's a big hill. And then right when I get to the top of the hill and look behind me, I see Corey going back and no Shawn. So, I'm going to have to hang out here for a minute, see if they figure it out. If not, I'm going to have to go down there and see what's going on. If I do that, I don't think the board's going to make it home. Well, I decided to go back. I see Shawn walking. Not a good sign. Oh, he's walking, but a board's walking itself? I have no clue. Let's go see what's going on. What happened? What's up?
Lost all power.
Really?
Yeah. 68 battery.
Let it free spin. Don't hit the brakes. Doesn't seem like it's binding up.
Yeah.
Alright, so the Eovan just all of a sudden lost all power. We have no idea what's going on with it. It just reset it. Maybe the ESC got a little warm. Those are some pretty steep hills, and Shawn went riding through some dirt parts, so maybe it just got a little hot. But we reset it, turned everything off, turned it back on, and we're back moving. I'm still at 1 bar, so yeah. Man, this has been a ride today, dude. Kaly not starting, me starting off with half a battery, the cloud wheel not working.
Our skateboards are breaking down.
Yeah. Okay, it did make it back to Corry house at least. 1 bar left. It's almost dead, but that ride went 15.7 miles and total on the board at 210. So I think we rode about 10 miles last time, 10 to 12. So it's actually really good. I mean, I didn't charge it besides for 5 minutes when we messed with cloud wheels. So yeah, the Black Carb 2 did really well on cloud wheels. Okay, so after that incident, the Eovan didn't have any more problems. We're kind of thinking that maybe because Shawn, when he rode through some of the dirt, he felt one of the wheels slip. It might have told the ESC, you know, something going on with it. We have no idea. Honestly, we're speculating. But after the hard reset, it acted just fine after that. So Eovan did good, and it made it back to the house. All right, so the Black Carb 3, it did really well today. It has 40% left, and it went right at about 15.5 to 16 miles riding on it. So it is really good for the wheels. If you remember the Black Carb 1, I'm pretty sure on those wheels it only did 10 miles, 10 to 12. So battery definitely bigger. It had more range. Can't wait to get cloud wheels on it, but we're gonna have to figure out the bearing before we can do that. So yeah, Corey, now that you've been riding it for about 2 weeks, what are your thoughts right now on the Black Carb 3?
Took a little bit to get comfortable. As we ride it, it seems to loosen up a little bit on the bushings, and it's easier to carve, specifically at higher speeds. I'd say your average cruise speed is probably 20 miles an hour, and I feel pretty comfortable doing that. Today, I took it fairly easy at the beginning. I just kind of wanted to conserve battery just to see how how it was going to perform, and then towards the end definitely loosened it up a little bit, and it's probably hitting 20 to 24 comfortably. That's about as comfortable as I am at the moment. I want to see how fast it can go, but
yeah,
it's going to take time.
It's not fun coming off of one at anything over 15.
No, but it's still performing. I try to take it out every evening, just to, I don't know, just ride it around and get more comfortable with it. But I can definitely see this board being, you know, like a daily commute in certain applications. You know, and it can handle actually. Another thing is, like, through some of the washed out trail pieces, I was a little worried about some of the dirt, but it goes over it just fine. And I felt pretty comfortable after going over a couple of those. So I try to avoid that, but you know, just for the sake of continuity and continuing to ride, like, just going over those pieces I'm completely comfortable with. So it was a good ride, and I look forward to more.
Yeah, yep. We're gonna keep testing it, keep getting it out. I think I'll try to take this board out every time that we go out, just to keep putting it through our paces. I mean, we're already at 200 miles on the Black Carve 2, so we're just gonna keep riding this all summer and see how many miles that we can get on it, and see if anything happened with it, and then try to upgrade it with just stuff that meets our riding style better, like cloud wheels, and getting more range out of it. All right, so there you have it. I don't know, I guess the weather went beautiful, the scenery went beautiful, but it just started out bad. I'm sure everybody had a ride like that. Kaly didn't want to work. Cloud wheel couldn't go on the Black Carve 3, and then the Eovan cut out, and then I didn't charge the battery. So, I mean, all in all, we had a good ride, and I'm headed home right now. Got a little bit of charge at Corry's house, just a little bit to make sure that I get home. And that's that. So thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. If you like the content and want other people to see it, please hit that like button and hit the share button. And we will see you on the next video.